everyone, welcome back to virtual programming with Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley. My name is Miss Chelsea. I work at the Downtown Club here in Appleton. For today's art video, I will be showing you how to make your own paint. I know that since we can't be doing our art projects at club, we're missing out on some of those fun supplies like paint. So I found a very simple recipe that uses some household items that will make your own paint so you can do painting projects at home. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Why don't we get started by grabbing our materials so we're ready to make our paint. For our materials today, you will need some salt. This is just regular table salt. You will also need some flour. You will also need some water on hand. So I just have a pitcher here that I got ready. You will also need food coloring. So I am only going to be making the primary colors, so red, yellow, and blue, because from these colors we can make all the other colors we want, like green and purple and orange. So those are the main ingredients we need for our paint. In order to make our paint, we will also need a mixing bowl and a mixing spoon. And you will also need some containers to put your paint in. So I found these little squeeze bottles that would be perfect for paint. And then you will also need a measuring cup. So the size of the measuring cup that you have will depend on how much paint you want to make. So I'm going to make just a smaller amount that will fit in these containers. So I've only grabbed a 1 cup measuring cup. You can either grab a smaller one or you can make it bigger. As you'll see, this is a really easy recipe and it's really easy to make it in the amount that you want it to be. I know our material list for today is a little bit longer than usual. I will say that for the flour and the salt and the little squeeze containers, I found all of those at the dollar store and paid probably less than $5 for all of it. I just wanted to say that those materials are easily found and are usually pretty cheap if you're interested in following along and making your paint. So why don't we get started and I'll show you how to make your paint. So the recipe for our homemade paint is very simple. It is 1 part water to 1 part flour to 1 part salt. So when I say 1 part, that means 1 type of measurement. So that for my recipe, for the amount I want to make, I'm going to add 1 cup flour to 1 cup salt to 1 cup water. So why don't we get that started? So here I am adding my flour. I'm doing it over my mixing bowl so that if I make a mess, it goes into the bowl rather than all over the table. So here is my 1 cup flour. I'm gonna dump that in the bowl. And next we're gonna add our 1 cup salt. So now I have my 1 cup salt. I'm gonna also pour that in my bowl. And before I add my water, I'm going to mix my flour and salt together and make sure that there aren't any big lumps in the bowl. Once that is all mixed together, as you can see there's no big lumps, the flour and the salt are all in there together, I'm going to now add my 1 cup of water and then mix it together again. So the next step is to add our food coloring. I'm going to start with my red, and you can add as many drops to get the color that you would like. So I'm going to go for a little bit deeper red, so I'll probably add a couple more drops of food coloring. Alright, and here's my red paint. So I'm going to take a minute and make my other 2 colors and put them in their containers. And then we'll test it out and see how it paints on paper. So now that we've made our paint, why don't we test it out and do a painting? If you don't have any paintbrushes at home, this is a really great time to look around your house and find other methods of painting. So let's get painting and we'll see how these work. All right, so here's what we ended up with. I took a little time and let mine dry. As I said, because the paint's a little bit gritty, it's almost a little bit puffy and textured like puffy paint, which is pretty cool. That concludes our project for today. Thank you for joining me as we made homemade paint today. I hope that for those of you who don't have paint at home, this is a good option so that you can still be doing some of those fun art projects. If you made your own paint along with the video, as always, please do share any pictures or any paintings that you did. I'd love to see them. Other than that, great job today on learning something new. I'm pretty sure homemade paint isn't something that we do every day at club or at school, so I'm really proud of you for taking the time to grow and learn something new. As always, I wish each and every one of you all the best, and I'll see you on the next video.